In 1997, Robertinho was looking for some old things in his basement. While going through some boxes, he ended up finding some cassette tapes called Amanda the Adventurer. Starring Amanda, she was a fearless girl, and by her side was Wooly, a timid little sheep. Robertinho didn't remember the episodes, but he felt a sense of familiarity with it. Maybe his mother had put it on for him to watch in his childhood. He imagined he had seen it before, put in the first tape, and while watching, soon noticed some peculiarities. The characters, the tree, the building, everything danced to a single rhythm. And then Amanda asks if the viewer likes apples. After that, Wooly, the sheep, responds in a scared way that he's allergic to apples, trying to stop us from going to the fruit store. But Amanda tells the sheep that he shouldn't be afraid to try new things. Robertinho thought the girl's comment was irresponsible, right? Assuming the age group of the children watching this show, Wooly keeps saying he doesn't know where the fruit store is. Then another moment of interaction is shown. The viewer has to select one of the 3 establishments that appear around there. You can clearly see the store since there's a fruit sign in front. Going inside the store, Amanda keeps an upbeat attitude. As for Wooly, with his fearful expression, he says that this place is full of people. Strange, because we don't see any humans there, only the objects in the scene, with eyes moving back and forth. These would be the people Wooly is referring to. Amanda points at the apples and asks Robertinho to spell the fruit, then immediately gives the answer, right? After completing this task, Amanda praises him and says that now they could make apple pie. Then, with a sudden cut, the credits roll, ending the first tape. But Robertinho was paralyzed. He wasn't sure, but he thought he saw something strange in the credits. A hidden phrase, warning about something. He decided he would start the second tape, but then go back to the first one to see the strange things he found on this tape. 1. As soon as Robertinho put in the second Amanda the Adventurer tape, he noticed that Wooly the sheep looked worried, kinda sweating and shaking, man. The sheep got close to the screen and started to talk. It seemed like the character was trying to communicate. Man, he said he didn't have much time to explain and that you shouldn't do something. But Robertinho didn't understand. Then the screen suddenly flickers and the scene opens. And now we also see Amanda introducing herself there, like it's the standard introduction of the tape, you know? It seemed to follow the same script as before, where Robertinho would have to choose one of the establishments, right? Because according to Amanda, they would make a meat pie for their grandmother, even though Wooly reminded her that their grandmother was a vegetarian. Robertinho didn't really understand what was going on there, but he kept going, right? When they stopped and went inside the butcher shop, they had a feeling that something had gone wrong inside the butcher shop. He was shocked. We see the butcher there, right? Chopping meat, and he needed to finish the word there, right? Which was meat, M-E-A-T, okay? He finished there. We saw Wooly, desperate, signaling to stop because he wanted to leave, right? Honestly, it's uncomfortable for a sheep to be in a butcher shop, right? The screen kept glitching out. These weird interference effects kept popping up all the time, man. And it looked like Amanda was holding the knife there, right, man? We didn't know if it was just the shadow of her finger, or if she was actually holding a knife. Slowly turn your head toward Wooly. Then, in a scary way, Velonem doesn't even blink, and Wooly responds, looking at her slowly with a terrible expression, man. He's sweating cold there, shaking, and then this tape ends, right, Mono? Without any definite conclusion. They just went there to make the meat pie for the old lady, and let's see what happens, Mano. Again, we see decisions there that leave Wooly more and more terrified. Man, the tape ends before anything happens to Wooly. Did Amanda know that the sheep was trying to communicate with Robertinho, and so she ended the episode early? When he looks at his desk, he sees an extra tape. He didn't remember taking 4 tapes from the basement. He thought he should watch it until the end. He wanted to unravel the mysteries surrounding this bizarre children's show. He put it in and saw something very different. It looked like a photo of a real house. An option to spell something appeared. He didn't know what to write, so he entered the name Amanda. Another image appeared of a road with forest. Once again, the option to spell something appears, and he repeats the same name, and another one appeared. It looked like a slaughterhouse with several pieces of meat. That's strange. In the last episode, they were there at the butcher shop, and Uli was shaking with fear, and now this image of a slaughterhouse with meat, man. So Robertinho writes Uli, and out of nowhere, the screen ends and the tape is ejected from the device. Analyzing the situation, Robertinho was sure that Uli wouldn't be in the next episodes anymore. What was the reason for showing all this? The house represents his home, the road is the path to find them, and the butcher shop is Uli's destination. Sweating and trembling, he decided to rewind all the tapes before starting the third and final one. To challenge the rules of the game, he would select everything in the opposite way Amanda asked and write everything wrong. But when he started doing that, Amanda got really mad. She was pissed off, man. He would eliminate all options except one. If Robertinho typed something wrong, she corrected him. That's crazy, man. It felt like a rigged game, where the path to follow wasn't what you wanted, but what the master ordered. He watched the end credits, noticing something had changed since last time, and that's when he saw written, "Turn off the television now." That was the message Uli was trying to send. That's when he put in the other tape, in shock. He wanted to put an end to this matter, and as usual, he opens the screen, but only Amanda is there. It appears the scene takes place at night. Robertinho was sure he had gotten rid of Uli. Next to him, there was a pinkish mass. It looked like an old ball of flesh. That would be Uli. Amanda tells Robertinho to select the house, the residence, which no one knew for sure who it belonged to. He selects the playground just to mess around. But her reaction was totally furious. It seemed like Amanda wasn't joking anymore. Man, the playground option disappeared and Robertinho clicks on the old house. Facing the house, Amanda tells him to knock on the door to go in. With a weird look on his face, errors start happening. And the screen was flickering badly, man. He clicked on the door and it opened slowly. Amanda was no longer hiding her demonic features. The character's outline, the texture, everything turned into static, all messed up, glitching everything, man. And a spelling screen pops up. When you finish, several letters started appearing out of order. Then, an entity with many eyes appeared, and everything went dark. Robertinho had discovered the entity that controlled that game. It used him to break free from the tape. The monster was now in Robertinho's body, and his soul was trapped in the world of the tapes. Could Amanda and Uli have been his victims in the past? And would anyone ever watch that tape again and save him? It could take a long time, man, until someone does that. While he decorates the setting of a cursed game. Unfortunately, Robertinho didn't have a very good ending, being stuck there forever.